Good evening and welcome to ABC 31 News Tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. It's been a deadly weekend on central Louisiana roads. That is tonight's big story. A series of accidents over the weekend kills 2 teens, and a pedestrian trying to assist in the crash is in serious condition. State police say at Saturday night on Bethel Road, a driver hit an unoccupied pickup that had just been involved in another accident. Troopers say 2 teens were standing outside of that truck were killed. 14-year-old Caitlin Cheatham of Effie and 15-year-old Haven Cootie. And a Port Barre man is dead in St. Landry Parish from an early morning 2-vehicle crash on Highway 190. Troopers say 32-year-old Andrew Tomblom failed to yield and entered the highway directly in the path of another vehicle. The monthly North Rapids Business and Industry Alliance meeting was held today on the campus of Louisiana College. The keynote speaker was Peter Dancy, the director of the Alexandria VA Hospital. He spoke about upcoming things in the VA healthcare system.
I think one of the major improvements we're going to see is the expansion of primary care, specifically in the southern region. Last year, back in November, we opened up the Lafayette Community-Based Outpatient Clinic. It expanded by almost 3 times the square footage of community outpatient clinics in that Lafayette area. We also have a Lake Charles facility that's being built as well. That is going to start seeing patients on August 28th. That's going to expand care to veterans in that community. So those are some very positive and exciting initiatives that we're doing to try to expand care for veterans in this community.
The mayors of Pineville and Ball also honored a Korean War veteran at the meeting. Mr. Martin served in the United States military for 25 years. All the escapees from an Avoyelles Parish Detention Center in Bunkie are now back in custody. The final suspect, Blake Rain, was found Friday afternoon in a wooded area in South Louisiana. The 3 originally escaped more than a week ago. Natchitoches police say a traffic stop for a minor violation led to a drug arrest. Police say 32-year-old Gary Sylvester was found to be in possession of a handgun and marijuana. They also say he resisted arrest, fleeing his vehicle, and was later arrested at the Bayou Gin trailer park. Alexandria police arrest a man they say threatened a woman with an assault-style weapon. Police say 34-year-old Christopher Sherman made a threat after a child custody dispute yesterday afternoon. Happened on Loblolly. He is charged with aggravated assault, possession of a gun by a felon, battery on a police officer, and resisting arrest. Vernon deputies say they have found a large amount of illegal drugs. Sheriff Sam Kraft says the drugs were taken from a train car yesterday morning. The seizure is said to have a street value of around $218,000. That investigation is ongoing. Grant Parish deputies arrest an Alexandria man for a number of theft cases. 31-year-old Jeffrey Como is charged with 2 counts of theft and 2 counts of theft of a firearm. A man from Pollock was arrested yesterday afternoon after a report he tried to break into a home on Jackson Street. 37-year-old Foreigner Matthews is charged with burglary and drug possession. And a LaSalle Parish man is arrested by Rapids deputies for a break-in that happened on Fendler Parkway in mid-January. 41-year-old Shannon Wayne Johnson of Urania is charged with burglary and resisting arrest. We are looking at some continued possibilities for storms. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers is here with your weather now.
Hey Scott, yeah, another nice day out there as far as temperatures went, back into the mid-70s to even upper 70s here in parts of central Louisiana. Even saw some low 80s down to our south, so the warm weather continues at least one more day. But along with the warm weather does come some chances of isolated showers and thunderstorms as we get into our Tuesday. There's like the threat of severe weather is going to be further to our north. We may see a few thunderstorms around that may produce some lightning, and definitely could see some gusty winds with some of them. But the main threat for severe weather will be up in parts of Arkansas, and that will extend all the way up into parts of the Midwest for our Tuesday afternoon. So what else can we expect to see? Well, sunshine around the area with warm and humid conditions continuing. Again, some isolated storms possible on Tuesday afternoon. Now, by the time we get to Wednesday, then a few more showers and thunderstorms with breezy conditions and heavy rain possible with some of those storms that do make their way through our area. And then by the end of the work week, then lots of sunshine back in the forecast. Temperatures getting back closer to average, and that puts our highs back into the 60s for Thursday and Friday. So we'll talk more about that with your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Thanks, Chris. The 24th Annual Alexandria Mardi Gras Association Cruise Parade took place yesterday afternoon. Those who attended enjoyed music, food, socializing, and of course, watching the parade make its way through central Louisiana.
people, the atmosphere, the general party aspect. I mean, it's a great day, it's great weather. It's a great time to come out here in Central Louisiana.
Everybody's really nice. They've been really welcoming, and there's great food here too, so I'm excited.
Floats made their way down the parade routes, along with marching bands from all around the state. And of course, the weather was perfect for parade day. The Angola Prison Rodeo is the longest running prison rodeo. It's been going on now for over 50 years. The rodeo comes around twice a year in April and October.
It's designed to have something for every member of the family. There's an area for the small rodeo fans where they have some kiddie rides and what have you, but the gates to the rodeo arena complex open at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. The rodeo itself starts at 2, but I encourage people to come early because there are acres of inmate-made arts and crafts that are available for sale.
For more information or to get tickets, you can go online to angolarodeo.com. Tomorrow night will be a first for the new president, a joint address to Congress. During a meeting with the nation's governors, President Trump previewed his speech. Among the topics he highlighted to them, his proposed budget. ABC's Stephanie Ramos reports from Washington.
Governors from across the country back at the White House after President Trump's first social event as commander-in-chief.
The First Lady and I were very, very happy last night to host you.
Today, the president is talking Obamacare, government spending, and teased his first address to Congress, calling it a landmark event.
A message to the world in these dangerous times of American strength, security, and resolve.
The president touching on a range of topics from immigration to his first budget proposal, which goes to Congress next month.
This budget will be a public safety and national security budget, very much based on those two, with plenty of other things, but very strong.
The budget includes a massive $54 billion increase in defense spending and major cuts to agencies like the EPA, also foreign aid and domestic programs.
This defense spending increase will be offset and paid for by finding greater savings and efficiencies across the federal government. We're going to do more with less.
Also at the White House, health insurance company CEOs. Trump holding a meeting with them saying that the Affordable Care Act is a failure.
We must work together to save Americans from Obamacare. And people know that, and everyone knows that at this point.
Trump says he wants to work with the executives on a transition to a new plan.
And also today, the Pentagon is set to hand over a plan to the White House with details on how to defeat ISIS. The Pentagon says it's designed to speed up the fight against ISIS around the world, not just in Iraq and Syria. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Next, a man accused in a deadly hate crime in Kansas appears in court, plus another case of vandalism targeting a Jewish cemetery, where cleanup is now underway. And the Oscar oops heard around the world. The latest out of Hollywood. Next on ABC 31 News. New concerns about potential hate crimes. A new round of threats are targeting Jewish community centers in several states today. And in Kansas, the suspected killer who allegedly targeted 2 Indian immigrants appeared in court. ABC's Kenneth Moten reports from New York.
Destruction and deadly shootings, a rash of potential hate crimes across the U.S. under investigation. Monday, more Jewish community centers and schools in nearly a dozen states, including New York, New Jersey, and Florida, victims of bomb threats. Police found nothing.
Why? I think that's really the only thing you could say, because there's really no reason for it to be done.
In Philadelphia over the weekend, headstones in this Jewish cemetery knocked over. The JCC Association of North America called on the federal government to act swiftly against the, quote, scourge of anti-Semitism.
That kind of behavior and activity is wrong and won't be tolerated, and the highest levels of government denounce it.
In Kansas, hugs for a survivor. 32-year-old engineer Lok Madasani was injured. His friend and colleague killed when police say Navy veteran Adam Puritan opened fire in a bar. The man allegedly told the Indian immigrants whom he thought were from the Middle East to get out of his country.
It was rage and malice in an individual's heart that killed my friend, killed our friend.
In India, the incident and treatment of immigrants making headlines, some pointing to the policies of President Trump. This businessman said it seems some Americans are narrowing their minds, giving birth to a lot of hatred. President Trump has condemned the threats and vandalism at Jewish community centers. The FBI is helping to investigate the incidents. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
Unraveling the strangest ending in Oscar history. Last night, the biggest prize of the night was initially given to the wrong film. ABC's Danya Backus is in Hollywood with more on how it happened and how it got fixed on live TV.
It's the biggest blunder in Oscar history. La La Land. La La Land mistakenly announced as Best Picture.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.
Jordan Horowitz, producer for La La Land, graciously correcting the mix-up.
It was a surreal moment for sure. But, you know, I wanted to make sure that the right thing was done because, you know, that at that point it was not about me. It was about making sure that Moonlight got the recognition it really deserves.
And Mahershala Ali, who won supporting actor for the film, still in disbelief.
I just didn't even know what to do. I think I needed to hear them say it multiple times and really pull us up.
Take a closer look at that moment. In Warren Beatty's hand, the envelope reads Best Actress in a Leading Role, not Best Picture. PricewaterhouseCoopers, which counts the vote, apologizing for the mistake, saying the presenters had mistakenly been given the wrong category envelope and when discovered was immediately corrected.
And the hits keep on coming for the award show. According to The Hollywood Reporter, during the in memoriam segment of the show, a photo of a producer who is still alive was shown. Reporting from outside the Dolby Theater, Danya Backus, ABC News.
Well, sometimes live TV just doesn't go quite how you envision it.
We know that for sure. That's true. And they have little hiccups once in a while, and just got to correct them and move on.
And it seemed like they did so very graciously.
They did a very good job with that. But the weekend weather was nice around here. Had a lot of parades going on and a lot of good weather for that. Now we have a little more bumpy weather coming in this week, though, as we have some showers and thunderstorms likely not only on Tuesday, but also Wednesday, with slightly cooler temperatures returning by the end of the work week. Now today we hit 76. That's about 10 degrees above our normal of 66. We'll talk more about those rain chances when we come back. And welcome back, everyone. A good Monday evening to you. Some pretty nice weather continuing across our area today. A mixture of sun and clouds out there late this afternoon, but some pretty nice warm temperatures into the mid to upper 70s. In most areas, after seeing a very nice weekend across our area, temperatures on the warmer side, but still seeing a lot of sunshine. Looks like this trend will continue for a couple more days, at least with the warm temperatures. A few more clouds start to come in tomorrow, and could see some rain chances increasing. Maybe not still tomorrow, but maybe into Wednesday. At least an isolated chance on Tuesday, but a much better chance of some showers and thunderstorms by the middle part of the work week. But here's those highs once again from today. We saw a high of 78 degrees in Lake Charles, 79 degrees in Baton Rouge, 73 degrees in Natchitoches, 71 degrees up in Shreveport, and we had a high today of 76 here in Alexandria. Even outside right now, we're still enjoying the 70s, 72 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Our winds out of the east-southeast about 8 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity's on the increase at 78% as our pressure is rising in our dew point. You can definitely notice that humidity in the air, a little more moisture in the air as temperatures, dew points anyway, are into the mid-60s here late this afternoon. So as we head into our Tuesday, what can we expect to see? Well, another warm day. Could be looking at record-breaking temperatures in parts of central Louisiana. Temperatures getting back into the mid-80s by the time we get to the afternoon hours. A mixture of sun and clouds. Could see a few isolated showers or thunderstorms late tomorrow evening or into the overnight hours. I think the best chance, though, of severe weather is going to stay to our north through parts of Arkansas and Missouri, and that will extend up into parts of the Midwest, too. But we're going to be on the leading, very tail end of it and may see a few showers and thunderstorms as we go through the day on Wednesday with the best chance of that happening around here. But winds will be a little gusty tomorrow, too. South winds could be gusting as high as 20 miles per hour for our Tuesday. So here's what we expect to see. Again, partly sunny skies, a warm and humid day on Tuesday afternoon. Isolated storms in the forecast. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of those pop up in the afternoon or evening hours, but I think again the main threat of severe weather is going to stay to our north. More scattered showers and thunderstorms likely on our Wednesday. A little breezy and heavy rain possible with some of those, and once that moves out of here, then a lot of sunshine returns to our area by the time we get to the end of the work week with more near normal temperatures, as we see a little dip in our temperatures for Thursday and Friday, getting those back into the 60s across our area. So taking a look at our surface map then, again, you can see on Tuesday here in central Louisiana, not seeing too much go on as far as rain, the green, and even the red up to our north. And again, the red area being the more severe threat of some damaging winds and hail, even some gusty and some heavy rain too. But you can see that's going to stay mainly to our north. We're going to enjoy the very warm weather, but there's another system off to our west with some very windy conditions, bringing a little bit of chance, at least of some scattered showers and thunderstorms into our area. So again, looking at the severe risk for our area, again, Louisiana way down here in the south, we're not even in the red. We're going to see just a marginal risk of severe weather. Again, the heavier risk of severe weather will be into parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, and the parts of Missouri, and that extends all the way up to Illinois and Indiana, even parts of Tennessee too. Again, damaging winds, hail, and could be some isolated tornadoes to our north as we go through the day. On our Tuesday, it looks like we'll stay with a few shower chances and at least some thunderstorm chances, but again, the threat of severe weather basically out of our area on Tuesday afternoon. But here's your forecast for tonight: 66 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Again, pretty warm across our area. South-southeast winds at about 12 to 15 miles per hour. Could be looking at a high of 85 degrees, record-breaking temperatures possible in parts of central Louisiana for the last day in February on our Tuesday. But again, those winds a little gusty, south winds as high as 10 to 15, possibly 20 miles per hour. Here's that 7-day forecast. Again, a few showers and thunderstorms possible for your Wednesday, and some of those could produce some gusty winds or some heavy rain. A high temperature at 76 degrees. A little bit cooler Thursday and Friday. Again, not quite as warm, into the mid-60s as we get to the end of the work week, but partly to mostly sunny skies expected. And as we get to the weekend, then we'll see a few showers around Saturday and Sunday. A little bit warmer by Sunday, though. Should get back at least into the mid-70s or so Sunday afternoon, and keep that threat of rain around early next week, with highs staying in the low 70s. Scott?
Thank you, Chris. Drug overdose deaths are a scourge that has been on the rise in the U.S. Now a new report from the CDC has some sobering news. With more, here's Dr. Timothy Johnson.
America's problem with drug overdose, whether it's pills intended to ease pain or illicit substances like heroin, new figures from the CDC show a dramatic and troubling rise in the number of Americans dying from overdoses. The researchers found that the overall drug overdose death rate in 2015 was 2.5 times what it was in 1999. In women, the rate almost tripling in this time period, and older adults disproportionately affected. And while opioid painkillers are still contributing to a large fraction of these deaths, heroin is now a major cause also. Deaths involving this drug skyrocketing from 8% of the overall total in 2010 to 25% in 2015. The new numbers show there's still much work to be done by government, health officials, and the medical community. But it's also a stark reminder to the public that we all need to be vigilant in order to save lives. This means looking out for loved ones who might be battling addiction, and if you have a substance abuse problem yourself, seeking help. Your life could depend on it. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Ordering a burger and fries at Wendy's is about to get a little easier for some folks. Wendy's says it plans to install self-service kiosks at about 1,000 locations by the end of the year. The company says the move is being done to cut costs and to appeal to younger customers. Each restaurant will have 3 of those kiosks. Coming up in sports, we'll show you a special moment for the NSU women's hoops team and alumni after a game this weekend. And hear from the NSU guard who has come back in a big way after an injury kept him out for 2 months.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Charles Apostol. There's nothing like playing in front of those who have paved the way before you, wanting to just get that win on your home court. For NSU women's basketball team, it was Pearson Smith Reunion Day, where NSU honored former coaches, players, and staff Saturday. NSU was able to get a big win over the University of New Orleans, winning 95-93. Hear what was said in the locker room after a win like that.
And everybody says it with us. All you have to do is repeat after me, okay? We are one.
We are one.
We are the only one.
We are the only one.
We cannot do everything.
We cannot do everything.
But we can do many things.
But we can do many things.
What we can do.
What we can do.
What we ought to do.
What we ought to do.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
We will do.
We will do.
For our team.
For our team.
For our teammates.
For our teammates.
And our school.
And our school.
One for one.
One for one.
All for all.
All for all.
God for us all.
God for us all. Lady Demons on the move.
The men's team was on the move too. They played right after the women's game, also against New Orleans, and hey, might as well keep it close, right? NSU came away with the huge 83-82 win over the league-leading UNO team. Zeke Woodley was the hero of the game, hitting the game-winning layup with just 4.3 seconds to go. That was 2 of his 28 total points scored.
It feels pretty good. I mean, we just trying to chip away, keep getting wins so we can make it in the tournament and try to make a good run in the tournament. I ain't had a game winner since my high school, so I feel pretty good. And being out, not playing basketball, that's not fun at all.
The Arkansas State baseball team came into town this weekend, and the NSU baseball team was able to get 1 out of 3, now sitting at a .500 record to start the season. And Coach Barbier notices a theme in his team thus far regarding walks. NSU drew 7 walks in Sunday's 12-3 loss.
We just didn't make them, we drew our walks. We didn't make them pay for it. We didn't. It's kind of been a trend this early season is that we're not, when you got that chance and opportunity, you got to give your best at bats. And we didn't give our best at bats for whatever reason. We did a good job of working the counts to get on base. Now we just got to give good at bats when we had the opportunity to drive in runs.
The Pelicans took on the Thunder, 2 teams both with new names on their rosters after some big trades last week. DeMarcus Cousins had 31 points, 10 boards, but Russell Westbrook's 7th career 40-point triple-double led the Thunder to a 118-110 win. Newest Thunder players Taj Gibson and Doug McDermott combined for 8 points. And it was senior day in East Lansing for Michigan State basketball, and it was a special moment for senior Eron Harris. With the clock winding down, Coach Tom Izzo subbed Harris into the game. Harris had a season-ending injury to his leg last week after being a big factor for Sparty the last 2 years. Izzo wanted to make sure Harris was able to be a part of that tradition, kissing that Sparty logo half court. It's a great moment.
Move by the coach, yeah?
Yeah.
To get him involved.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Charlie.
No problem.
Well, up next, a tradition worthy of raising your glass to. It also gives the green light to the St. Patrick's Day season. Details next on ABC 31 News. St. Patrick's Day isn't for another few weeks, but one Syracuse, New York bar is getting the party started early with a lot of green beer. Patrons at Coleman's Bar celebrated the 54th annual Green Beer Delivery yesterday. The Coleman's Green Beer Sunday has been a tradition in the neighborhood since the 1960s, and 80-year-old owner Peter Coleman ensures the day is filled with happy participants pouring that first beer himself. Have a great night, and thanks for watching.